Welcome back, Algebra 2. We are in Lesson 81. Let's talk about complex numbers and real numbers and the difference between the two. A complex number is a number that has a real part and an imaginary part. So a complex number, my pen's not working, hold on. It has a real number and an imaginary number. That means that it's going to have an I, that variable I that stands for the square root of -1. So it's going to have a real number and it's going to have one of those in it somewhere. And the standard form that we want a complex number to be in is to have any real numbers first, whether they are rational or irrational, and then the imaginary number last. This is called the standard form. And that's the way we want to answer all of our complex number problems. We want to have the standard form with real first and imaginary number second. So the standard form is also written as A plus BI, where A is the real number and BI is your imaginary number, okay? So here are some examples of a complex number. We have negative square root of 2 plus 3i. We have a negative 4 square root of 3 over 5 plus 2 times the square root of 3i. And we have 3 minus 23 over the square root of 2i. So notice that in all of these, the term that has the I in it always comes second. It always comes last when you have these terms. Even if it has a radical sign in it, the radical comes before the imaginary number. Because a radical, even though it might be irrational, it is still a real number. It is not an imaginary number. Now there is an order within the reals. Let's say we have 3 terms. Let's say we have 4, and then we have a negative square root of 2 plus 3i. The rational number would always come before the irrational number, which always comes before the imaginary number. Okay? So that is the order we want to go from rational to irrational to imaginary. If there is no rational, then the irrational comes next because it is still a real number. All right, those are the formats that we want to write our complex numbers in.